Just wait a minute. Now just wait. Hey! Welcome to another Ramble Radio. Ramble Radio 97?
Woo. Ramble Radio 97. New name of the show. Ramble Radio 97.
This is Ramble Radio 97, episode 416, if that makes sense. Holy shit, here we are. I'm Jerry Rocha. That right there.
Eddie Pence.
And that's us. We constitute the Ramble. We make up the Ramble pod. Wait a minute, not just us. You think it's just us?
Is it?
It is. Yeah, it's. Look, his boy's not having a great day in court. It's
no.
Alt-right Cody's. I don't want to.
It was a bold move for Cody to get the defense to submit the von Schützenpants into the legal record, but that was a bold move.
I mean, that was just pure Viafana, wasn't it?
Pure, classic Viafana.
Because he's like that. He's like the Jerry Glanville. He's a gambler. He goes for it every time. Jerry Glanville, he just goes for it.
He's never seen a pitch he doesn't like.
Right, there it is. There it is.
He's never seen a pitch he doesn't like.
By the way, can we sidetrack a little bit? Not trying to kick a fellow when he's down. Maybe he's not with us anymore. But
sure.
Was Jerry Glanville ahead of his time, or was he going to get his ass whooped in any era that he coached in?
You know what? I think
ahead of his time, or man, this dude ain't winning shit no matter when you bring him
wrong
up.
Sport. Should have been a college football coach.
Oh,
I think.
Oh, there it is.
I think he should have been a college football coach. I think he's still like a coordinator. So is he still alive? I think if you look it up, I think he's like some sort of coordinator or assistant coach on a college team.
Glance?
Vils? But I think if you're taking Glanville in his prime, you know, that late 80s, early 90s prime of Jerry Glanville, and thrown him in like a top college football pro, put him at like a Louisville, like not like a second tier or third tier college program.
Nebraska.
I think he could have turned. He seems like the type of guy that could have motivated a bunch of college kids to play ball.
He is the defensive coordinator at Northern Michigan.
Okay. So he is in college, but he's not the same Glanville he used to be. I don't think the defensive coordinator for Western Michigan shows up in a long black trench coat on the sidelines. I don't think he can wear that anymore.
Dressing like he's hunting vampires.
With his giant belt buckle. I don't think he can pull that shtick anymore. He's got to be 80.
He's up there. 82 is the Glans. 82.
Wow.
So look at us. See, you think we're going here, we go here.
And then boom.
We're talking. You think, this is the all X-Men 97 edition of Ramble Radio.
And who would blame us if it was?
Who would blame
us if it was?
But no, we're really going to break down what should have been Jerry Glanville's best move. That's what we're doing.
College or high school. Just should have stayed in just been a high school head coach.
He's one of those guys. If he were a high school head coach,
he would have got a kid killed in practice.
No question, but
somebody would have died in practice.
I don't know. I don't know a kid, Eddie. I think you're being very nice saying a kid dies in practice.
He would have killed several children.
Several children would have died in practice, but I also think it's one of those schools where they win like 25 state championships in a row.
Absolutely, they haven't lost in 2 decades. Sure.
So it's like, well, yeah, there's blood on his hands, but
there's more dead kids than championships, but there's still a lot of championships.
More championships than they ever had.
And that's what matters.
He turned that program around.
Boy.
Hey, my boy, that Jerry Glanville.
He's out there making
I'd
men.
be proud to have
doing.
My son drop dead during 2 days if Jerry Glanville.
I'd rather have a dead man than a living pussy.
There's your title. That's it. There, Eddie, right off the bat, I'd rather have a dead man than a living blank. I love it. Well, Gene Rayburn it. Blanket.
Pussy.
And by the way, Eddie, oh my God.
Yeah. What?
X-Men 97.
Oh, dude. Again, we talked about last week how it's the only series where every episode literally obliterates the episode.
The
before.
one
last
before.
week we were talking. We were talking last week about how episode 7 or 6 was going to look at episode 5 and go, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." Well, that's what this episode did to the last week's episode.
Is this 8?
This is 8. 8 told 7, "Hey, get the fuck out of here."
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I'm done with you. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
And in episode 9, guess what episode 9 is going to do? It's going to tell episode 8, get the fuck out.
It's like every episode is doing the Iverson over Ty Lue stomp, just back and forth on just each episode is just doing that stomp.
Or is it doing the Garvin stomp, where
the
each
rugged
stomp
Ronnie.
Is it more vicious with every single stomp?
This is going to be our big look. We don't like to tease, do we, Eddie?
No. I don't tease at all.
We're teasing right now because I think this is all the more reason to tune into next week's Ramble because there are so many done dirty or the right moves for rugged Ronnie Garvin. His finisher. Is that the dumbest finisher of all time? Or is that the only thing you could have given him that would have worked? I don't know. Sold. He just stomps around a guy.
Well, and don't dismiss the fact that the guy had to lay there and sell being stomped
on. That's what I was going to ask.
It's not just the guy when he gets his shin stomped on, he has to just lay there and go like, oh,
because he starts on like the arm. What is like wrist?
I think he starts with the shoulder.
Shoulder, head,
arm,
right,
thigh, shin, thigh, shoulder, and then ends on the face.
He ends on the face. Did anything set that up? There wasn't like a spear to set. I don't think, or at least a power slam.
You know what? I'm probably just a regular old body slam. I'm guessing just a regular old body slam into a Garvin stomp.
Garvin stomp. Oh God, that is.
And you think if you're going to do the Garvin stomp in real life, you would start on the face.
You start
just
on the
to make sure the guy's out.
Then everything else is insult to injury.
Yeah, but the start at the shoulder and the guy go like, oh, and then just lay there and continue to take stomps.
Stomping everything
until you get to the face, which is
was that Dino Bravo like I'm out at WrestleMania 5? Was that Dino Bravo going? I'm done. I can't.
I'm done. I can't.
Frenchie,
just let the mafia kill me now. Let the mafia kill me now.
Just do it to Frenchie Martin instead.
Why couldn't the mafia killed me in my locker room before this?
Before this match. Rugged Ronnie Garvin is also one of those things. It's a great name for a pro wrestler. Horrific name for a stripper.
Part of the Garvin family.
Right. Worst name for a stripper.
Great wrestling Garvin.
Right? Bad name for a stripper.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin. Horrible stripper name. Rugged anything. Rugged for a nickname.
Rugged Sally.
The nickname Rugged is just bad for a stripper. Rugged Sunshine.
Rugged.
He just doesn't.
Rugged Sunshine.
You don't. She's on stage C.
Here comes Rugged Peaches. Rugged Peaches over here.
She strips with a lit cigarette, guaranteed.
Wait, what's a worse name for a stripper? Rugged Sunshine or a Hard 40? What do you think? What's
Well, at least with a Hard 40, you know she's 40.
You know, there it is.
Rugged Sunshine,
right.
Rugged Peaches could be 65, 70 years old.
Who's walking out? Who's walking out? And if she's in her 20s with the name Rugged Sunshine, it's probably even more depressing.
Rugged Sunshine.
Rugged. Look at this. And we haven't even touched X-Men 97.
Having ripped off the seal.
Whew, but let's do it.
Most cameos of anyone, right? I think this is the most cameo heavy.
I still think the Genosha one had more just because.
Oh, I guess more A-listers. More A-listers.
Way more A-listers in this one. Wait, now, okay, it was just fan-fucking-tastic. The whole, like, I just loved how it's like, yeah, they don't really get along, but, you don't want Cyclops and Cable to team up. Because nobody walking away from that. And that scene,
you heard about like how powerful the Summers were, and like if you put them together, and that's why Sinister did that, because of the gene mixing, and like you see them all three together in that chase scene, like, oh, this is a Gene
Cable and Cyclops. It was just the ultimate. Don't fuck with this family. Like, holy shit. And then, so that was okay. So that was my favorite moment of the episode. Then Wolverine and Nightcrawler became my favorite moment of the episode. When
this episode had, I think, 3 favorite moments top each other.
Yes,
maybe 4.
Because Wolverine Nightcrawler was so. I mean, I got goosebumps, like you said, when I forgot. I think
Cutlass
it was when
hits the floor,
because it was when Morph became Juggernaut.
Yeah,
is that when it happened? And then the Sentinel uses his momentum against him, knocks him against the wall, and then you see those cutlasses hit the ground, and you're like, oh shit.
And then you see Nightcrawler in the background turn and look, and you're
you're like, oh baby. And then when Wolverine's like, I got 6 reasons, and then like, no, you got 9, and then he has his fucking 3 cutlass. Get out of here. That was and then
goosebumps.
And then I kept thinking, like, I was thinking Storm's gonna come in and stop and help. I was waiting for Storm to be the Ultimate Warrior, running out to help Hogan stop Psycho Sid and Shango. That's what I was thinking. It was going to be Storm was going to be the warrior. And
I like that they're holding Storm back. I like that they're holding her back.
Yeah, man. And instead it was fucking to quote Thanos, you should have gone for the head. I mean, Bastion should have just killed him when he had the chance.
Should have killed him when he had a chance. When he had the collar on him and he had that razor blade in his face.
Don't know why he was fucking with him. Now I don't know why. I mean, maybe this was Bastion's plan to just, hey, all right, let me do this so the mutants can start a war with humanity and they'll wipe each other out, and then I swoop in and take maybe he's pulling a Charles Manson.
Well, maybe that's what Cable was referring to, because Cable came from the future and said this is what happened. Maybe this is the nexus point of that conflict.
Because holy shit, Magneto going up and just destroying the planets.
Shut down the world.
You know what look, I hate to do this, but as much as I'm loving X-Men 97, he took a page out of Snake Plissken's book from Escape from L.A.
A little bit.
Took a page out of Snake Plissken's book and Escape from L.A. I mean, was
that a nod and a wink to?
Could it have been a nod and a wink to Escape from L.A.?
Escape from L.A.
Which, not that bad of a movie. Looking back, not that bad of a movie, Escape from L.A. And there's the little wink to it where Magneto just shuts down everything.
And then that's when now we start getting our run on on cameos, because then we see that happen and Spider-Man is swinging through the city. And we're like, fucking Spider-Man.
And it was Doom before that or after or during?
I think it was during that whole sequence.
Because then you have Dr. Doom. Who was the other leader? Zemo. And then there was someone else.
There was some chick that was just in silhouette.
Hidden. They're like, well, who the fuck is this?
I don't know.
But fucking Spider-Man, Zemo, Doom. Then Omega Red coming alive. I mean, now,
dude,
if this was not part of Bastion's plan, or even if it was, I think I have a theory as to who the UN lady is who freed Magneto. I think it's Mystique.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that.
She gives that speech to Bastion saying us and we, talking about mutants, which she had never done before. So either they were using her, she was playing them from the beginning as part of the UN, or she just did that to fuck with Bastion. But I think that's good. I'm thinking that'll be Mystique, the blonde lady who's.
Let's see, because she's been conspicuously absent from all of these episodes.
And like you said, Nightcrawler mentioned her.
And
that not was in a good light.
No,
not really calling her the best mother, and then oh, dude, this whole thing, the entire show is just sweet child of mine made flesh. Where do we go? Where do we go
it's
now?
So
where
goddamn
do we
good.
Go now?
And like we were talking about this before the show, how it's reignited my love of the X-Men. Not that my X-Men love ever faded. It was just like it makes me feel like I'm like 11 years old again and I'm going to the comic book shop.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, something we talked about. We're being biased here with our sports allegiances, but I think you and I both agree the sports world is a better place when the Cowboys and the Commanders are both really good.
Yeah.
The sports, when that it becomes, and it's the same thing with this kind of comic book entertainment. When the X-Men are on, there's nothing. And that's what I'm so excited about with the MCU. The MCU, think about it. They're just sitting on them. They're just sitting. It's like having, it's like if the Bulls with Endgame and all this already won these titles, and oh, by the way, now we're adding Jordan. Like that's what this is. It's like, and then my buddy James had an interesting point. His theory, because they are kind of rifling through a lot of these storylines. I don't mind it at all, but he's wondering if they're doing this so once the X-Men are in the MCU, everybody's caught up. Let's just hit the ground running with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're doing that. We don't
need to introduce. We all know who they are. Let's go.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a third Dark Phoenix saga.
Oh,
I don't
no,
need to see that.
Ain't nobody trying to see that.
We don't need to see that again.
No. We don't.
I wouldn't mind them doing a correct Apocalypse run.
Great. That would be,
because he's such a great villain.
Let's fix him. Whew.
But
oof.
My God.
Well, there we go. What a
so good.
X-Men 97. 2 more to go, I believe. Right? 9 and 10, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, this was part 1, so there's a part 2 coming up.
Part 3? Are they going to end with a 3-parter?
Maybe it's a 3-part ending. I don't know.
Because it is going to be 10 episodes, they said, right?
I think so. And then the season 2 is already done or coming soon. And then I think they're scrambling to get the third season going.
Wow. They better hire someone who's as good as the guy they fired.
I know. He was so good. This is so great.
Part of me is like, oh, he's an asshole. Whatever. Look at what you're getting.
I mean, fucking 70 million people voted for Trump. We can put this guy in the fucking charge of the X-Men.
Yeah, this is fine. Right? We had to deal with that fucking asshole.
That fucking orange shithead's running for president again, but this guy can at least make the X-Men.
Just give him the X-Men back, for fuck's sake.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, it's incredible. It's everything I've ever wanted out of it.
I mean, and just imagine we have that. We're sitting here, fans of the MCU, and people are like, well, this multiverse saga is not that great. I'm like, they got the X-Men in the back pocket, dude.
Just wait. Just wait.
This stuff's all just building. And you got and this Deadpool Wolverine movie, it's just the beginning. That's the tip of the iceberg.
That's it. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, well.
I got superhero fatigue.
Man, that shit ain't nobody gonna have it once the X-Men start showing up in the movies. Ain't nobody having that shit. Woo! Now, here's the bad news.
Oh, man.
We have contractual.
Yeah, okay.
Do we even go here? Do we try to get out of this? I don't know how.
All right, I don't know. I don't think we can. I'm not willing to pay the fine.
No, God. Ramble Corporate? Jesus.
Oh,
there goes all the Hemp Vita money. There goes all the Hemp Vita money.
And I like my yachts.
I like our yachts, the airship that we have that takes us to and fro Dubai.
I like this fake studio that I built to look like my real house that's in Aspen right now.
Wait, are you...
I'm in Aspen.
So, okay, this right here?
Yeah.
I have one in Aspen too, as you well know. Yeah, but I should have asked you. I forgot. Thank God you're already in Aspen, because I'm taking the Ramble bullet train to Aspen, and I'm in one of the carts right now made to, you know what I mean?
Wow, it's not even shaky. You can't even hear anything. That's amazing.
You know how Hemp Vita gave us that money with the bullet train? Jeez.
So much Hemp Vita money.
Where are you taking the bullet train next? It's your turn.
I want to go up to Toronto, just hang out for a little bit, spend a couple weeks this summer in Toronto.
Right.
So the next time I'm doing the Ramble, I'll probably
be on your way to Toronto.
I'll be on my way.
Right.
This will look like this, but just know that that's my studio in the bullet train. Looks like this. And then when I get to Toronto, I also have the studio right now being built to look like this.
Of course. Yeah. So just now, some people will criticize that we didn't have to take an entire skyscraper just to make one room and one studio, but what do you do with that Hemp Vita money then?
Right.
What do you do?
You can't take it with you.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm not taking it. I'm gonna spend that shit. I can't.
And then
take
people
it with me.
criticize, well, why do I have to have my own high rise and you have to own your? Well, because we're adults.
We're adults. I don't want to share space.
Little
I have this kind of money.
We're not brothers in a bunk bed because we're 7 and 9. What's the matter
If
with
I want to
people?
see you, I just take my own personal bullet train over to your
Yes.
your skyscraper.
Exactly. God.
Until we get our teleportation machines built, which are being worked on right now.
Finished.
Finishing touches.
Touches. Now, okay, since we can't lose, now you understand why we have to kick it over to who we're gonna kick it over to.
Exactly.
So, oh boy, here we go.
Skeletor. We've just been so blown away by X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Every episode better than the last. Have you ever been watching a show? Do you have a favorite show where literally every show is better than the last show?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. It's not really a show. I guess it's a show. It's something called Faces of Death. And every time I watch it, it just gets funnier and funnier and funnier and funnier and funnier. Yeah, but can I propose something while I have the floor?
Sure.
Lil Faces of Death. Lil apostrophe Faces of Death. I mean, come on. It's just waiting. And the minute I get funding, the minute I shoot it, I promise you, we're going to unveil it at the biggest theater that we have in Eternia. And that's in Tiny Man's mother's pussy! Oh, man, I get you every time with that, don't I?
Yeah.
There we go. Ramble Corporate's going nuts right now. They're so happy that they kicked it over to him. Oh, boy. Little Faces of Death.
I don't want. Let's get Cody.
Cinesnob Cody.
Cinesnob Cody. Let's get him out of the New York judicial system and back.
Back home. Up on
Yep.
Rotten Tomatoes, if you must. Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you?
5 days a week, patreon.com, The Ralph Report. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. Then on Fridays, I got Not Today with Jen Sturger.
There it is. Look at that. You can find. So today.
New one coming out today.
New
Sure.
one today. You can find. So once you're done listening to this,
Listen
or
to
vice
that.
versa.
Or vice versa.
There it is. You can find
Yeah.
me in all the same Ramble locales. You can find Cody and Eddie. I'm also streaming video games, retro games mostly, most nights on Kick and Twitch at Retro Rocha, and just my name on YouTube. So subscribe, 5-star rating, positive text review. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do it. Until next time, have a great weekend. We love you guys. Bye.